4 million trucks sell in America every year. Most buyers believe they're purchasing American-made machines. The best-selling truck in the country carries just 32% US and Canadian parts content. Its most popular engine isn't even built here. Only 3 brands still manufacture significant parts on American soil, and one of them is Japanese. How the industry buried that truth starts with a labeling law most buyers have never heard of. Every year, more than 4 million pickup trucks roll off dealer lots across the United States. On the surface, these trucks are icons, red, white, and blue banners, bald eagles, and country roads in every commercial. But the numbers tell a different story. According to a July 2025 national survey, nearly 7 out of 10 Americans who own or plan to buy a pickup believe their truck is made in the United States. The belief runs deep. American trucks are seen as a birthright, a symbol of national pride and blue-collar grit. For many buyers, the label alone is enough. They trust the badge, the marketing, and the myth. Yet, the reality is far less patriotic. The best-selling truck in America carries only 32% US and Canadian parts content. That means nearly 70% of its components are sourced elsewhere, despite the Stars and Stripes branding. The disconnect is staggering. Millions of buyers, convinced they're supporting American manufacturing, are instead driving a product shaped by global supply chains and legal loopholes. This isn't just a matter of pride. Billions of dollars flow into what's sold as the backbone of American industry. But when the assembly line stops at the border and the engine ships in from Mexico or China, the promise of an American-made truck starts to unravel. The illusion is so effective that few ever question it. Most never look past the label, but the truth is stamped on every window sticker, buried in fine print most buyers never read. That's where the real story begins. In 1999, a new federal rule quietly rewrote the meaning of American-made for every truck sold in the United States. The American Automobile Labeling Act, or AALA, required automakers to list the percentage of US and Canadian parts on every new vehicle. But the fine print left a gap. Mexican parts were excluded from the domestic tally, even as NAFTA had already allowed them to cross borders tariff-free. An NHTSA analyst at the time described the law as a compromise, designed to inform but shaped by trade realities. The result was a label that revealed less than it claimed and a loophole that would only widen as supply chains went global. By 2002, the Federal Trade Commission stepped in with its own standard. Under FTC rules, a truck can only be called Made in USA if all or virtually all of its major parts and processing are American, typically 95% or more. Yet enforcement proved elusive. Automakers leaned on language like assembled in America, sidestepping the stricter FTC threshold. An FTC official later admitted that the agency rarely checked window stickers against actual sourcing, leaving the industry to police itself. The legal bar was high, but the practical bar was low. The third turning point arrived with the rise and fall of trade agreements. NAFTA, signed in 1994, and its 2020 successor, USMCA, set a 75% regional value content rule for tariff purposes, grouping US, Canadian, and Mexican parts together. But for labeling, the AALA's stricter US-Canada only rule still applied. In April 2025, a California jury awarded $2.36 million in damages over deceptive manufactured in the USA claims. And in March 2026, Executive Order 14,088 directed the FTC to crack down on misleading labels. The gap between consumer belief and manufacturing reality, first opened in 1999, now stands at the center of a legal and economic reckoning. Every Ford F-150 sold in America today rolls out of one of 3 U.S. plants: Dearborn in Michigan, Kansas City in Missouri, or Kentucky Truck in Louisville. The assembly lines are American, the workers are American, and the trucks themselves are built on U.S. soil. But the heart of the F-150, the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, comes from Cuauhtémoc, Mexico. Ford's own supply chain data confirms that, starting in 2020, production of this best-selling powertrain shifted across the border. The result is stamped on every window sticker. Just 32% of the F-150's parts are sourced from the United States or Canada. That number, published by NHTSA under the American Automobile Labeling Act, is a sharp fall from the roughly 90% domestic content seen in the early 2000s. Ford's vice president of supply chain has defended the move, citing global efficiency and cost pressures. But no amount of patriotic branding can change the arithmetic. The F-150 remains a U.S.-assembled truck, yet the majority of its value flows through foreign parts, especially that Mexican-built engine. For buyers who equate assembly with authenticity, the sticker tells a different story. The Chevrolet Colorado stands as an unexpected benchmark in American truck manufacturing. At the Wentzville plant in Missouri, every Colorado, regardless of trim, starts and finishes its journey on U.S. soil. The numbers are not just impressive, they are rare. The Colorado's official domestic parts content reaches 82%, as documented in the NHTSA's AALA tables for 2024. That figure towers above the industry average and even eclipses the brand's own full-size Silverado, which splits its production between Indiana and Mexico. Engineers at Wentzville have pushed for a single-source supply chain, drawing the majority of Colorado's components from U.S. and Canadian suppliers. The result is a truck that does not just wear the Made in America label, it earns it, part by part. The off-road ZR2 Bison variant, built exclusively in Missouri for the U.S. market, keeps the same high score. No detours to foreign assembly lines, no shortcuts in the sourcing. What emerges is a clear contrast. While flagship models from Detroit's biggest brands rely on branding and blurred supply chains, the Colorado quietly sets the bar for domestic content. In a market crowded with claims, one truck delivers the numbers to back them up. Toyota's Tundra stands as a paradox in the American truck story. While Detroit's giants outsource key operations across borders, Toyota has poured $4 billion into its San Antonio, Texas plant, a facility that runs around the clock, employing more than 3,700 workers and anchoring a network of 21 on-site suppliers. The scope of this investment is unmatched by any recent move from the so-called domestic brands. On the AALA label, the Tundra posts a 60% US and Canadian parts content, higher than any full-size pickup from Ford, Chevy, or Ram. That figure is not an accident. It's the result of deliberate sourcing and local production, verified by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's public database. In 2023, Cars.com ranked the Tundra 12th on its American-made index, placing it ahead of every Detroit-built full-size truck. The plant's manager describes the operation as American manufacturing at its most relentless, where suppliers stamp, weld, and assemble parts just steps from the main line. For a brand often labeled an outsider, Toyota's commitment to U.S. manufacturing is deeper and more visible than many of its domestic competitors. In the end, the Tundra's story isn't just about a Japanese company building trucks in Texas. It's about exposing the comfortable myths that have long shaped the American truck market. Trade agreements have redrawn the map of what counts as an American truck. When NAFTA took effect in 1994, it set the bar for tariff-free access at 62.5% regional value content. letting automakers source nearly 40% of each vehicle from outside North America and still avoid import duties. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, raised that threshold to 75% in 2020. But the definition of regional includes Mexico and Canada alongside the US. For tariffs, a truck built mostly from Mexican components can still cross the border without penalty, as long as it clears that 75% mark. Meanwhile, the American Automobile Labeling Act holds a stricter line. Only parts from the US or Canada count toward the domestic content listed on a truck's window sticker. Mexican content is excluded, even if it satisfies trade rules. Tariffs on selected auto parts, ranging from 10 to 15%, have pushed some assembly back north. But the majority of high-value components, like engines and transmissions, continue to flow from lower-cost plants in Mexico. The result is a split reality. A truck can be tariff-compliant and legally labeled as American assembled, while more than half its parts are foreign. For buyers, the sticker's percentage is the only reliable way to check what's really under the hood. Every buyer has the tools to cut through the marketing haze. The truth starts with a sticker, specifically the American Automobile Labeling Act label, required by law on every new truck sold in the United States. This label lists the percentage of US and Canadian parts, the origin of the engine and transmission, and the final assembly location. It's not buried in the paperwork, it's right on the window, usually next to the Monroney price sticker. For those willing to look, the numbers are clear. 32% for the Ford F-150, 82% for the Chevrolet Colorado, 60% for the Toyota Tundra. But the sticker is just the start. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration maintains a public database online. Enter the make, model, and year, or the full 17-digit VIN, and you'll see the exact domestic content for that truck. Dealers receive the same data and are required by federal law to provide it on request. If the numbers don't match the patriotic pitch, ask for clarification in writing. The AALA percentage is the only government-verified measure of American parts content. Everything else, badges, slogans, even the Made in USA claim, means nothing without it. For buyers, vigilance is the last line of defense. The myth of the all-American truck unravels under scrutiny. Legal labels mask global supply chains, and only 3 brands withstand the audit. Today, truth is found in the fine print. Check AALA window stickers, verify NHTSA data, and demand proof. Everything else is just marketing. Choose with your eyes open.